Welcome, Cancer, to my channel, Milk and Honey Tarot Therapy. And if you've been with me a long time, you know I call it that because I'm trained as a formal therapist, but over the many years of being in private practice and counseling, I've done executive coaching, I've incorporated metaphysical healing modalities, and do energy healing and reading, and I really love working with people one-on-one. And very often when I'm not here as often, it's because my one-on-one schedule or corporate coaching is occupying my time. But I'm very much feeling like this is something I'm being called back into to put out these videos, reach those of you who maybe haven't seen me before. I've just had the privilege of working so many clients around the world. And literally, you know, it's always just a joy. And I love working with people to help them get unstuck, to move forward as a spiritual teacher, just bringing in spiritual dynamics that help us live life practically so we can work through things that we need to work through and evolve and grow. So a little bit about me. If you don't know me, you can read a little bit more below and how to reach me with an email. For if you want a one-on-one session, I can also do a reading. And that's really where I love to be. So let's get started. So pulling these cards for Cancer. This could be Sun, Moon, and Rising. Going to see what the energies are for you this month and what lessons, what things might be speaking to you or resonating with you. We first have this Five of Pentacles. So this is sort of being left out in the cold, or resources are limited. Maybe this is a feeling, or maybe it's literal. You've lost a job, you've lost finances, and five is the number of conflict and loss. So this could be something you felt really deeply in your finances, and it's coming next to this Two of Cups, and this traditionally can be partnerships. Certainly can be a romantic partnership. Some of you might be feeling left out in the cold, or maybe it's time to leave or end a relationship. Maybe somebody has left you, but for others with career or business, these two cards together can certainly mean that there's been some financial loss or difficulties in finances in a partnership or at work. And then this next card is the Seven of Pentacles. So this is kind of about working hard, planting seeds, and waiting for the harvest. And this seven is also a number of challenge in the tarot. So it could be that you're waiting for this harvest. You've been working, you've been, investing, you've been putting things out there in a career or in a relationship, but you're not seeing the results that you're hoping for and that you really need to see coming in. I do get that there will be a success at the end of this. There's a great expression, if everything's okay in the end, so if it's not okay, it's not the end. So it's not the end, and we'll see that as we go through the cards. This next one is the Ace of Swords. So this is about victory, a new turning point, a new beginning, where this is very much an ace that deals with victory after a difficult period, success after a difficult period. So that is coming. What's it going to take to get to that point? Well, the first card we have here in some of the oracle cards that I pulled is Narrow Pathway. So this, you may be feeling like you're just kind of hemmed in. The message in this card is to take your time, to move forward carefully, thoughtfully, strategically. Don't do anything rash. This is about just really taking your time, getting to that next level, or getting out of this situation that you're in, out of a relationship, out of a business situation. And you may feel like this next card, which is the Desert Passage, like you're out in the desert and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. However, there is a message with this card that transformation, changes are happening below the surface. So you need to trust the plan. The message is, trust that there is a divine plan. It may not look like it. It may not feel like it right now, but there is a plan. And it will unfold as you begin to just move forward strategically, carefully. That is certainly what's coming through in the cards over and over. And then this next one, rejuvenating rain. Clear the past to heal the present. So there's lots of great expressions along those lines, and I do this a lot with therapy. The Course in Miracles says, you know, a miracle is undoing the past in the present, and that miracles should happen. They should be a part of our everyday life. We don't experience that, and that's one of the things I like to get into with one-on-one sessions, is helping people unpack the past and unravel the past so that positive can show up. That is our natural destined place, is for things to evolve and grow in the most positive way. So as we look for the rest of the cards, or to the rest of the cards, what's showing up for you for this issue you're dealing with? For some of you, it could be that, again, career, relationship, finances. And this next card comes through as unfinished business. So, or unfinished symphony, which, you know, we often talk about unfinished business. Something isn't finished yet. It's like I said earlier, everything's okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. There is unfinished business. You do need to walk through that narrow corridor slowly, strategically. And then this card very much emphasizes the strategic path, the thinker. It's time to, you know, as they say, put on your thinking cap, but put it on intuitively with your heart and listen to your intuition. Tune in to the answers that are going to help you navigate what you've been dealing with, like this, the chaos and conflict. That's what's been going on. This very much lines up with the very first card, this Five of Pentacles. There's been chaos and conflict either in your finances, in your home, in your relationships, in a specific relationship. And you're in a tight spot, but you can sort of pray your way through this, if you will. You can navigate your way through it. If you take your time, if you heal, if you listen to the inner voice and the divine guidance that's really there waiting for you. And then here's a great card to bring you to a positive outcome, is to be fair. So this is a card about things will be fair in the end. They will work in your favor. Things that you're feeling are not in your favor and aren't fair. You're going to begin to see a turnaround. You are, this month, we're having a solar eclipse in Leo, and for you, it's in your second house of self-worth, resources, finances. So you need to, maybe part of that healing journey, this rejuvenating rain, is to tune into the ways that you can feel more worthy and that it is time for you to get what you deserve. But rather than force it, to allow the universe to bring it to you, to be able to receive it, to stay in a place of joy and resourcefulness that is coming from a higher place, not that lower nature. And, it really does look like you're in the middle of this transition time of difficulty, feeling left out in the cold. And I definitely get that for you. However it's showing up for you in a relationship, you've got this, it could be a partnership relationship, could be your marriage or a dating relationship, something like that. But it is also asking you to go inward, develop your sense of worthiness, and you're gonna find that the tide's gonna turn and you're gonna see better results than you expected. Will it all happen this month? I don't know, but I do get this final energy card is the Chariot. You are going to move forward. You're going to start to see progress. If you felt like there's no progress, you're going to start to see progress. And this is a card of moving forward, one with protection. These two symbols down here represent protection, as well as the canopy above this knight. This is about moving forward successfully, even if there's been a lot to work through, a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties, setbacks, delays. You're going to start to see some progress. And I do think it's really tied to how you how you strategize, how you approach the situation, and how you trust the divine plan that is unfolding and bringing you your heart's desire and what you deserve. So thank you for joining. Hopefully that was helpful for some of you. And again, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're new to my channel, thank you for tuning in. You can read more about my services and what I do and email me if you're interested in a one-on-one session. And I will see you next time.